Well, good Friday morning to you. 10 minutes after 8 a.m. I'm just coming out of Cribbets, heading south. If you watched the last video, you know that 503, 1221, and 400 are all latched up together, and we're heading south towards Cribbets. Well, they ended up switching in Cribbets last night, and then took the train south to Beaver, where they tied it down. I don't know how many cars are on it, but I've heard the train is over a mile long. So I got an early start this morning. Watched my video premiere on Friday morning while I was driving. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but I did. Couldn't comment, couldn't read the comments. But anyway, I'm gonna try to find it now and hope they didn't leave yet. Periodically, down here around Cribbets, trains typically start at about 8 o'clock in the morning. But with any luck, we will catch up to it on this beautiful, beautiful Friday. Man, it was in the mid-40s this morning. Woke up, the AC was still on, the house was freezing. Holy moly. Oh yeah, the UP, gotta love it. Well, the crew finally arrived. It's 10 a.m. I've been sitting here nearly 2 hours. You'll be getting the engines fired up. I'm going to stick back here and wait for them to get going. And then we'll move closer as they leave Beaver, heading south. Well, I'm going to creep my way down here somewhere and find a spot to sit. Kind of hard because there's not a whole lot of places to sit here, and I don't know if you see the ditch right here, but we're real close to it. Not too bad. You're good. Yeah, you're fine. No worries. think it's pretty cool when people are that observant to see, hey, you're doing a video and I don't want to get into it or get into your shot. Anyway, we're not going to film the whole train here. I just wanted to get that start up. We're going to go on down the way and figure out where we're going to film at next. I mean, I guess it's pretty cool to get that shot across 141. That's always a neat shot. I don't know. Let's go figure it out. Let's go figure it out. I'm going to go back the other way that Johnny actually just went. Means we're going to make a U-banger here. Like I said, from what I understand, there may be 100 cars on this train. And it's over a mile long, I'm understanding. So, could be a little challenging today to stay ahead of it. I'm kidding. There's no challenge to stay ahead of a train that only goes 4 miles an hour, but I do understand they are trying to get into the Green Bay Yard by this afternoon, so wish them luck. Standing here at Highway 64. This is a gated crossing. It's the last crossing before they go across 141. That guy just made it. Try to get up here. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I hear him going across right now. Guess I'm not even getting out of my car. you can hear the power coming. Wow. Man, it's going to be a battle going up through Coleman, even on dry track, it sounds like. Alright, let's go up to Coleman, because up there we will watch the whole train come by. That's a cool looking building. Check out the heads up there. I see you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. Keeping her cool, I guess, huh? Well, we better go up to Coleman and get that shot. All clear. I thought this might make a cool shot here in Coleman. Looked like one of the conductors was working 1221. just to make sure it didn't cut out. Alright, I'm going to zoom in slowly. You guys are counting cars. But the action's going to be back there. So we'll just keep the camera back there. A few weeks back I recorded a video. They were rocking pretty hard back there. I see Eli hiding off to the left there. Not too bad yet. We'll wait for the next bunch of smart siding to come through. Eli, you're getting into my money shot. I heard there was a bunch of cube boxcars on this train. I know they sprayed for weeds here, but it doesn't look like it worked. I see Johnny is way down there doing a roll-by inspection. Alright, we're going to zoom back in now. Take it slow in case you guys are counting cars. Must be near. I think he's sitting there watching, just in case. Roll by inspection complete. Well, I hope I didn't mess it up too much for you guys counting cars. Now they've got about 10 miles to go till they get to the next crossing at Highway 141. But yeah, I think the weed sprayer could come back out here and do another job. It's not quite dead yet. Yeah, right here in Coleman. Get you a little different shot of the 141 crossing today. Well, a Friday afternoon. I suspect this whole side is going to back up real fast. Okay, let's head over to Lena. Should be a pretty clear shot over there. The whole group is here now. Whole group of rail fans here now. Glancing behind me, if you see the camera jerk around. They like to bounce back there behind me, but you can't see them because of the trees. Well, I hope somebody counted the cars. Wowzer, huh? That was a long one. How many cars are on the other side waiting? Oh, a few. Alrighty, I guess our next stop will be in Stiles. Got to chatting with a couple of people and Lena, and after all the traffic cleared by, I was like, guys, we should probably get going. Green Bay, 28 miles. Suamico, 18 miles. I'm doing 70 right now. Doesn't sound like a lot of power for the train they have behind them. Supposed to have behind them. Must be downhill from here. I'm filming that whole train every time. Got our speed up here. Alright. Traffic. Anyway, we're going to go down here in Stiles. We'll get that shot as they come down the hill here, around the curve, and head towards the river. It's a pretty neat shot. That train is a long one, eh? Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty long train. Alrighty, well, the next couple of crossings, they're going to be going upgrade, so it's not going to be as fast as this.
physics anymore.
Well, that was interesting. Get closer, you say? Okay. Oh, the next batch. Well, that was pretty cool. Well, after getting off on Sunset Beach Road, I actually went down past where the train is now, sat under a shade tree with another rail fan, and sat there and talked for 30 minutes at least. Yeah, I was going to go down the line, Bill, but then I was like, you know what? Can't waste some opportunities to get some good videos. Boy, this thing really goes down before the train gets there, hey? Moving right along now. They'll be getting near Green Bay here real soon. I'm probably going to go on up to Lineville Road after this. I don't think we're going to sit here and watch the whole train. Let's go up to Lineville Road. Holy rail fans, man. What? Don't you guys have a job? I mean,
we're all full.
Don't you like have something to do other than? Haven't you guys ever seen a train before, or what?
Nothing to see.
This famous guy right here. I heard this guy's a YouTuber.
I think so.
Yeah. That's what they say. It's the Killer Bee. Alright, they got authority to go into the CN yard. We were wondering if they were going to actually go in at all. They had been sitting at that crossing at Wood Lane for at least 30 minutes, waiting upon permission to go into the yard. It is 20 minutes after 3. There's a good chance they might not even get out of the yard tonight. Anyway, we're gonna go down to a couple more crossings and catch them on their way. This is a pretty cool shot right here. Lineville Road is right down there where the roundabout is. Anyways, Johnny took one of the conductors over to the CN switch, so this train does not have to stop. They will go right onto the CN track and go into the yard. So we are gonna move on down and catch a shot of them going into the yard, or nearby, I should say. All right, let's go. Alright. I'd hate to tell these guys they've got a long wait. The speed they're going, it's going to take probably about 10 minutes to get across there. With a trailer load of wood, what the heck? I've seen it all now. Randy's over there getting a couple of photos. Killer Bees down the track there somewhere. Eli is right there. Well, since we're waiting for a minute or 5, we'll walk this way a little bit. This is a cool little bike path they have right here. Walking trail. I guess you gotta pay to walk it. That's pretty cool. I wanted to see what this sign said. Wausau 77, Shawano 30, Pulaski 12. Let's go have a look at this old railroad bridge. ticks may be found in this area. Wow, it's pretty cool. Old trestle right here on this bridge. This bridge is built on top of this trestle. Look at that. Got the bridge and there's the trestle. That's pretty cool, huh, Eli?
Yeah.
Alright, walk back that way and I was just looking over here, there's the whole bridge is still here. So this is a dual track bridge. Tracks aren't down there anymore, but that's pretty cool. I never went down there before. That was kind of neat, huh? Eli went down with me. Anyway, I'll be coming back down here to Green Bay on Monday. Coming down to make that big donation. Yes, I will be making the video and you'll be able to watch. Plus, I think we're getting a free a museum tour, probably free, and everything else, so. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this chase today of the Escanaba and Lakesfield Railroad. Thanks for watching. I'm going to end it here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, and make a comment below. They'll be in the Green Bay yard until dark, and I am not sticking around to wait for that, so. Guess I'll hit the road. Thanks for watching, everybody.